Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be discussing the attempted nerf to aim assist that happened a few days ago in Fortnite. Yes, I know that I just made a video discussing aim assist a few weeks ago, but this one is going to be different. The last video I uploaded about aim assist mainly focused on if it should or shouldn't be nerfed. I kinda showcased the viewpoints from both sides of the aim assist debate, and then discussed what was either accurate or inaccurate about whatever they said. At the time I made that video, I thought that even though a lot of people were complaining about the strength of aim assist, Epic was just going to more or less leave it alone. However, as we know now, I was wrong to think that. It was first announced on January 31st that Epic was going to be exploring possible nerfs to aim assist, and specifically aim assist spam/abuse. Then, about 2 weeks later on February 14th, we saw this change come to life in Fortnite Update 7.40. The exact wording of the change was, "We've added a compounding time delay to the aim assist snap 2 feature when spamming the aim down sight button. Each button press after the first will apply a time delay up to 5 seconds before the aim assist snap 2 effect is applied." Luckily, due to a ton of complaints from controller players and just the Fortnite community in general, the change got reverted within about 7 hours after its initial release. However, I don't think this means that Epic is just going to stop trying to tweak aim assist. So this video will be an opportunity to talk about what went wrong with this nerf, some of the problems present when it comes to nerfing aim assist, and also some possible fair aim assist nerfs. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so since the nerf was only live from about 5 AM to 11:30 AM on a weekday, I'm guessing not many of you guys actually got the chance to experience it in-game. Maybe some of my EU viewers got to try it out towards the very end, but the majority of you guys were likely in school the entire time. One misconception that a lot of people have about the change is that the delay or cooldown you would get for ADS lock-on was 5 seconds every time. As the patch notes somewhat described, the aim assist lock-on cooldown basically gradually built up the more times you spammed ADS. I felt that this was somewhat similar to jump fatigue, where the more times in a row you jump, the weaker your jumps become. Let me show you guys a quick clip from Ghostissa, who's actually a pro controller player, that's a great visual representation of how exactly the change worked. So as you guys saw there, if you spammed ADS more than once or twice in a row, you'd pretty much lose the snap to or lock on feature for the next few seconds. This was definitely a unique idea by Epic, but it simply was not a good system to actually implement into the game. One of the biggest reasons why is because the change didn't just nerf ADS spam with ARs, which is what I think Fortnite was really going for here. It actually ended up impacting every type of fight in Fortnite. Having random aim assist delays in close range fights was so incredibly difficult to deal with. Just imagine playing Fortnite with a controller and practically every time you ADS, it's a guessing game of whether or not you'll actually get aim assist. And just to make it even worse, this change even affected players who didn't abuse or spam ADS at all. Plain and simple, the consensus among players who got to experience the nerf was that Epic went way too far with it. Now, I want to talk about one of the biggest problems with aim assist that people don't really talk about, and why this problem is going to make fairly nerfing aim assist a very difficult task. As crazy as this may sound, because it sure sounded crazy to me when I first heard it, the amount of frames per second you have while playing Fortnite directly affects how strong your aim assist actually is. That may make me sound like some kind of a crazy Fortnite conspiracy theorist, but trust me, I'm not. This has actually been proven with cold hard evidence. I believe it was actually Upshaw who was the first person to prove it with indisputable video examples, so definitely shout out to him. And if you don't believe me and want to see it for yourself, I'll link the short little Twitter video he made down in the description below. And even though this is a video about aim assist specifically and not the advantage of playing on higher FPS, I just want to point out that this isn't the first example of a pretty astonishing advantage of having more frames per second. I believe it was Dr. Lupo who discovered about a month ago that playing on a higher FPS would literally make your weapons shoot faster. Luckily, it got patched pretty quickly, but that's something that could have easily been in the game from the very beginning, and that's kind of crazy to think about. But getting back on topic here, the difference in strength of aim assist between low FPS and high FPS players is definitely something that needs to be taken into account when discussing any kind of potential nerf to aim assist. It may not seem like a huge deal, but it really is. The increase in strength of aim assist really is something that you notice right away when you go from playing controller on console to controller on PC. And here's why that's such a major problem. I think one of the biggest reasons why Fortnite wants to nerf aim assist abuse is because of controller on PC players. I would guess that they've probably seen some of those crazy aim assist spam clips that get a ton of attention on Twitter, and without proper context, those clips can make aim assist honestly seem really overpowered. What I'm not sure a lot of people, and maybe even the game balancers at Epic realize, is that probably about 90+% of those clips come from controller on PC players. Not only is that due to the fact that their aim assist is considerably stronger than someone who plays on console, but it's also because a large percentage of the best controller players on the planet play on PC now. So I definitely understand how someone can see a clip of Beanie or Innocence lasering kids left and right and think, wow, aim assist really is so overpowered. But the truth is that those are some of the absolute best controller players in the world, and they also happen to consistently get a few hundred frames per second while playing. When Epic likely goes back to the drawing board for a new aim assist nerf, they need to make sure it's crystal clear that probably about 99% of controller Fortnite players are not getting the same level of aim assist that you see in most of those viral Twitter clips. It would be like adding an editing delay for mouse and keyboard because of the otherworldly editing plays that Symphony makes. It's a really tricky situation that makes finding a fair nerf a very difficult task. So even though I personally believe that aim assist really shouldn't be nerfed at all, I just want to discuss how Epic could potentially nerf aim assist in the most fair way possible. Because like I said earlier, they're clearly very adamant about lowering the effectiveness of ADS spam. And just because their first attempt at changing it didn't go over well, it isn't like them to just totally give up on it. Plus, in case you forgot, they actually have already nerfed the strength of aim assist once before. That was back in September after Aiden somewhat popularized the aim assist spam technique at PAX West. The first thing I want to make clear is that trying to nerf aim assist with any kind of a cooldown probably isn't the right way to go about it. A lot of people feel that the most recent change that got reverted would have actually been fine if the maximum delay / cooldown was just considerably less than 5 seconds. I heard some people suggest something like 1.5 or 2 seconds as a sort of middle ground. Although that would definitely be better, it still doesn't solve the fact that a lot of the time, you wouldn't know whether or not you're going to be getting aim assist when you actually go to aim down sights. So if Epic ultimately decides that there must be some kind of an aim assist nerf, here's what I'd personally propose as the best possible solution. As I mentioned, right now there's a clear imbalance between the strength of aim assist on console and the strength of aim assist on PC. Let's just throw out some arbitrary numbers here and say that PC's aim assist strength is a 10 out of 10 and console's aim assist strength is a 6 out of 10. My solution is to just make both of them equal. So that means you'd be slightly lowering the strength of aim assist on PC and slightly raising the strength of aim assist on console. It would make it so that there's less of those controversial aim assist clips from the top controller on PC players, and it would also give console players a slight buff, which is honestly really deserved. And I'm sure someone will say that I'm dumb for thinking that Epic could just fix the problem of aim assist having a different strength depending on your FPS, but like I mentioned when talking about how fire rate was tied to FPS, that was fixed within about the first week of it being discovered. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on the most recent attempted nerf to aim assist? Do you think Epic went too far? Do you agree with me that aim assist probably doesn't even need to be nerfed at this point? Let me know. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.